People in that town believed death followed a schedule, not fate, not illness, not accidents. A time, every night, without fail, someone died in that house. I didn't believe it. That was my first mistake. I moved to the town for temporary work. It was quiet, the kind of place where people shut their doors early and never asked questions. On my first evening, while having tea at a roadside stall, I overheard two men whispering. "It happened again last night," one said. Same time. I asked them what they meant. Their faces changed instantly. One of them looked at me and said, "Don't ask about that house. That should have been enough." But curiosity is louder than fear when fear hasn't touched you yet. The house stood at the end of a narrow street. Old, cracked, windows dark even during the day. No birds ever sat on its roof. No children played nearby. I asked the landlord why it was so cheap. He avoided my eyes and said, "Just don't stay awake too late." I laughed. That night, I moved in. The house felt wrong immediately. Not haunted in the dramatic way people imagine. It felt aware, like something listening from inside the walls. I tried to sleep. The silence was unbearable. I checked my phone repeatedly, not knowing why. My chest felt tight, as if the air itself was waiting. That's when I heard it. A faint sound. Like breathing? Not mine. I sat up. The sound came from the hallway. Slow, rhythmic, calm. Then a door creaked open by itself. I told myself it was an old house. Then I heard footsteps walking toward my room. They stopped right outside the door. Someone whispered my name. I hadn't told anyone where I was staying. I didn't open the door. I didn't answer. The footsteps slowly walked away. The next morning, I asked a neighbor about the house she went pale. "That house doesn't let people stay long," she said. "Someone dies there every night." I asked her how. She shook her head. No wounds, no signs. Just found dead. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept watching the darkness, waiting for something to happen. Then the house changed. The temperature dropped suddenly. My breath became visible. The lights flickered. The walls creaked like bones shifting. I heard crying. A man's voice begging, a woman sobbing. Then silence. From the corner of the room, I saw a shadow detach itself from the wall. It stood upright, tall, thin, too still. It didn't walk. It glided. When it passed me, I felt my heart stop for a second. The shadow reached the next room. I heard a choking sound, a single gasp. Then nothing. The next morning, the police were outside. The tenant in the next room was dead. No injuries, no explanation. That night, I tried to leave. My car wouldn't start. My phone had no signal. The doors wouldn't open. The house had decided. The breathing returned. The footsteps. The crying. I realized something terrifying. The house didn't kill randomly. It chose one person every night, and it rotated. When the shadow entered my room, I couldn't move. When the shadow entered my room, I couldn't move. It leaned over me. I felt its breath inside my lungs, stealing my air. Images flooded my mind. Everyone who had died there, every night. Same moment, same silence. The shadow whispered without a mouth, "It's your turn." I screamed. I woke up on the street outside the house. The building was gone. People said there was never a house there. But every night, when darkness thickens and silence grows heavy, I stop breathing for a moment. Because somewhere, a house is still counting, and someone is still dying. It leaned over me. I felt its breath inside my lungs, stealing my air. Images flooded my mind. Everyone who had died there, every night. Same moment, same silence. The shadow whispered without a mouth, "It's your turn." I screamed. I woke up on the street outside the house. The building was gone. People said there was never a house there. But every night, when darkness thickens and silence grows heavy, I stop breathing for a moment. Because somewhere, a house is still counting, and someone is still dying.